Gather round, folks. Our tale begins at the majestic heavenly demon cult's demon palace, wrapped in a mysterious blue glow, setting the stage for our story. Inside, a shadowy figure speaks with despair, revealing that neither medicine nor magic will work to cure their ailment. They step forward into the light, apologizing. "I apologize, Cult Heir." With a stern look, Cult Heir responds that energy deviation isn't something easily fixed. "This is all my doing." Zrenya, they confess they're still their master's pupil but have regressed. Born with a broken core, they reveal, deepening our mystery. Their body can't hold chi or magic, they lament. Rising again, they declare they became the heavenly demon to repay my debt to my master. Looking out, pondering their next move, they admit, herbal medicine failed. Where could I find something of use? While he was walking, unknown greets the Cult Heir. "It's been a while, Cult Heir, have you been well while I was absent?" The figure, with a nod, reminisces, while Cult Heir replies, "It really has been a long time, Chun Hajin." Here we see the unknown name Chun Hajin. The Cult Heir acknowledges the time spent. "You must have taken quite a tour around our land in that time." The Chun Hajin shares their shared, just as the Cult Heir and cult leader are both unable to leave their current duties. With a sharp look he continues, "It is my obligation to get things done for the cult's prosperity." In return, Cult Heir simply replies, "I see." As they continue their walk, the figure expresses strange look and said, "I am grateful for your efforts." And with a touch of humor, they add, "There's no way that Snake Chun Hajin just went on a trip to see how people are doing." The unknown figure speaks with disdain, "Before he does anything stupid." The Cult Heir, surprised, responds, "I didn't expect this, to think he'd aim for the moment I'm in my own chamber." The figure, with a menacing grin, adds, "So that's why this matter stunk." Then, offering a drink to assassins, he says, "Would you like a drink too?" The Cult Heir, in a cautious tone, replies, "I feel sick drinking it all on my own." Suddenly, the atmosphere shifts as the figure attacks. Attack! The scene intensifies with the sound of battle. "If you sought this privilege, I'll judge you." The Cult Heir, defiantly, challenges, "You dare to fight me in my own chamber?" The fight escalates, with the sound of action through the chamber. The battle rages on as shadowy figures surround the Cult Heir, their hands glowing with energy. One of them exclaims, "Illusion arts? When did he?" The Cult Heir, standing firm, taunts, "If you wanted to kill me in my own place," while unleashing a powerful energy attack. A hooded assailant, taken aback, thinks, "You should have prepared more." The fight intensifies, with the Cult Heir shouting, Cult Heir," as he strikes back. One of the attackers falls, and the Cult Heir warns, "I just warned you. You are not." The Cult Heir, his energy surging, declares, "Enough," as he unleashes a powerful attack, sending chains flying through the air. One of the shadowy figures, caught in the chaos, thinks, "So this is all you got after setting the stage?" The scene shifts as the Cult Heir stands victorious over the defeated attackers, his expression cold. He muses, "Don't you think your dear nephew would be disappointed at this?" The tension lingers as he looks around, asking, "Chun Hajin, elders?" The tension escalates as one of the figures groans, Crane's red beak is said to melt an entire ox with a single punch. Comments, "Chun Hajin said he'd handle this." The Cult Heir, still standing strong, mocks, "He can still laugh after drinking a cup of it." The atmosphere grows darker as someone exclaims, "He's a monster." The Cult Heir, unfazed, reveals, "If my body was in top condition, I would have been sure to leave him humiliated." How unfortunate. The scene shifts to show the aftermath, with the Cult Heir expressing disappointment, "I too, share that I couldn't accomplish your dreams." He continues, "There's no way I'll just stand by and let this orphan, who can't even learn martial art, be our next leader. My superiors even gave me permission to do this." The action resumes with a figure thinking, as the fight continues. The Cult Heir, observing the chaos, remarks, "Our elders really are quite easy to scare." Finally, he confronts the situation with a smirk. "You're going to attack a brat like me after feeding me poison?" The Cult Heir, with a dismissive tone, says, Just keep this talk up." He then challenges, "If you had just fulfilled your role as the Cult Heir, this wouldn't have..." His words are cut off as he demands, "Who's behind this?" The tension rises as he looks around, confused. "What?" He continues, piecing things together. "What are you on about?" "This was a decision by the elders and my still living master of ice, Black Spirit and Skull." The figure before him responds with disbelief, "I know you lack the guts to do that." The Cult Heir, now more serious, questions, "Is it the Master of Lightning? Could it be Master of Gathering Demon?" The figure denies. No. The cult heir then speculates. It's an order from outside our divine cult. You elders have gone too far to kill me. With a cold smile, he adds, did Master die now because of your actions as well? The scene intensifies as the figure, enraged, shouts, who dares to do such a thing? The confrontation escalates, with energy surging around them. The battle continues with energy crackling through the air. The cult heir, in a moment of realization, says, seeing your response, it seems that I'm right. He's right. He then speaks with conviction. Master, this appears to be someone you always talked about. His anger flares as he adds, this damn fool finally stabbed us in our backs. The scene is filled with the sound of combat, zit, as the fight intensifies. The cult heir, amidst the chaos, speaks with resolve. No matter how much I dislike you, we still trained under the same master, and you are still the acting leader of the heavenly demon divine cult. He then threatens, I will end your life with my own hands. The figure, unfazed, responds with a smirk, heh. You've already planned all of this? Do you really need to keep up this facade? The cult heir, with a cold smile, retorts, of course. Your lack of wits is why you're a puppet of outer forces. The tension peaks as the figure shouts, how dare you, Yan Wunhui? You must not want to die an easy death. The battle intensifies, with the sound of combat, zust, filling the air. The figure, in pain, grunts, but reassures, don't worry, I will correct your mistakes and ensure the cult prospers. The cult heir, with a knowing look, simply laughs. Ha! The cult heir, laughing maniacally, mocks, kuhaha. Ha ha ha, amidst the battle's chaos. The figure, now gravely injured, speaks with a mix of pain and determination, you have endured me for so long. The cult heir, unfazed, replies, yet you still don't know me. If you want to kill me, you should have remembered this one detail. The scene shifts as the figure, now on the ground, questions. Now that your time has come, your mouth seems to be restless? The cult heir, with a sinister grin, responds, is that, as the fight continues. The cult heir, with a triumphant shout, reveals, a demon dragon sword. Energy surges as he wields it. How long have you been hiding this power? The figure, now in shock, exclaims, he's already gathered this much mystic power? Could it be? The cult heir, with a sinister grin, explains, I have put all I have in the demon dragon sword, which contains the first heavenly demon's will. The scene is filled with the sound of power, zist, as the energy intensifies. The cult heir, laughing maniacally, while I was gathering all the energy I needed to defend against your laughable attacks. He mocks the figure's efforts. Elders, assume defensive formation. Utilize your internal energy. The figure, in desperation, shouts, quickly. But it's too late as the cult heir declares, it's too late, while unleashing a devastating attack, soul-combusting hellflame art. The scene explodes with power, the sound of the attack filling the air. Zist! The figure screams in agony. Ah! As the energy overwhelms them. The figure, engulfed in pain, lets out a blood-curdling scream. Ah! The cult heir, reveling in his victory, continues his assault, the energy from his attack overwhelming the scene. Boom! The aftermath is shown with the demon palace standing tall, the storm of energy dissipating, revealing the destruction caused by the battle. The sound of the final explosion echoes, zit, as the scene fades to black. The scene transitions to a moment of reflection as the figure, now defeated, thinks, no matter how pitiful my life might have been, amidst the destruction. His thoughts continue, I didn't expect I'd die like this. The cult heir, standing over him, coldly states, snow. The figure, with a laugh of despair, acknowledges, it's just like that day, ha ha. The cult heir, offering no mercy, says, I'll spare you here, you ghost-seeing fuck. The figure, in a last act of defiance, responds, if you say lies like I'm carrying an evil spirit again, I'll make sure you have a terrible time. The cult heir, unfazed, reveals, I heard his lower core is broken too. The scene shifts to show a young man, looking up at the sky, thinking, huh, an orphan with a broken core who claims he can see ghosts? I would have killed myself long ago if I was him. The young man, reflecting on his past, thinks, I simply said what I saw, but all I got was hatred. He continues, to endure such a shitty world. The scene shifts to a memory, showing a hand reaching out, then back to the present where he's climbing. Zit! He mutters, that exercise got me hungry. I really didn't have the temper to stay put. The action resumes as he confronts an enemy, shouting, what? You fucking brat. And then, get that fucker. His determination is clear as he climbs, breathing heavily, huff, huff. He thinks to himself, even those fuckers don't know when to give up. The scene ends with a close-up of his determined face. The young man, now facing ghostly apparitions, thinks to himself, just like you lost spirits. The ghosts surround him, and he defiantly shouts, "Get out of here!" Off. One of the spirits comments, "You have special eyes." He reflects on his past. Even when I was born, I couldn't even sense the energy of life. The scene shows him in tattered clothing. Since when has he been there? I couldn't even sense his presence, expensive-looking clothes. He continues. And then more expensive-looking sword. A memory flashes. This place is far from the forest path, so if he comes specifically for me. He speaks to the spirits, haha. You must be interested in my cursed eyes. Take it as you wish. The scene shifts to a broader view, with the text, a life where receiving hatred and disrespect is so natural. He muses, I can't just take it. A figure approaches, saying, You look like a master of martial arts, what would resisting do? The young man responds, I didn't mind my life snapping into two. The figure continues, I don't know if these eyes can act as medicine for your powers. But pull them out, boil them, or grill them, you can do whatever you want. The young man, with a resigned look states, Those eyes are no curse. The young man, looking up at the figure, asserts, They are a blessing. The figure explains, Some people, like you, are born with a blessed upper energy core or with a special streak in their soul. He continues. And those children always ended up doing great things. The young man reflects. Those words were so sweet, they sounded like lies. The figure adds, You have the potential to become more special than anyone else in the world. But more than that, the young man interrupts. Because I felt warmth for the first time in my life. The figure then asks, So will you follow me, child? The young man, after a moment of silence, responds, Yes. The scene shifts, with the figure saying, Then to commemorate the moment we met, how about I name you Wunhui? The young man, now named Wunhui, replies, I gained a reason to keep on living. The scene transitions to a moment of reflection as the cult heir, now gravely injured, speaks, I did whatever I could to help my master. He continues. But because of this damn body of mine, my master fell into a state of energy deviation. He thinks to himself, accepting death here would be too pitiful. He realizes the dire state of his condition. My body is about to turn into dust. No matter what I do, my body cannot survive. With determination, he declares, Then there is only one way. The scene shows him performing a powerful technique, Zut, as he activates the forbidden art of reincarnation, primordial divine art of reincarnation. The text explains, the forbidden art used by ancient practitioners of Taoism to overcome death by transferring their soul to another person's body. He continues, even if the transfer is successful, they are destined to live a short fate due to the new soul's rejection. The energy swirls around him as he says, I circulated the remaining mystic energy in the fragments of the demon dragon sword to activate this art. With a final burst of energy, he concludes, Now I leave its success to the heavens. The cult heir, in his final moments, pleads, Please, master? As energy surrounds him, Zut. He continues his technique, the light intensifying, Zut, with the words, Be safe until I return, echoing as he fades away. The scene shifts to a figure observing, asking, Do you understand your role in visiting the clan head? The young man, now named Wunhui, sighs, Ugh, how annoying. The figure advises, As the son of a concubine, you should keep a low profile. Wunhui, now experiencing the effects of the reincarnation, thinks, My whole body is numb and tingling. Waking up to the sound of screeching is the worst. He questions, Wait, did the primordial divine art of reincarnation succeed? A figure, calling out to him, shouts, Tang Wui. Wunhui, still on the ground, hears, Are you listening to me? How long do you intend to lay on the floor? Get up. Wunhui, struggling to respond, thinks, Tang Wunhui. How annoying to share the same name as him. Moreover, he stands up saying, I've been enduring since earlier. The figure, now frustrated, yells, You dare fail to respond to an adult? The scene ends with a hand gripping Wunhui's collar. Zzzt, as energy crackles around them. Wunhui, still being held by the collar, defiantly says, Sting so bad you could point your face somewhere else, you old hag? The figure, now visibly angry, responds, You dare refuse my rightful teachings and call me an old hag? Wunhui, with a smirk retorts, Do not even dream of exiting until understanding your mistakes. The scene shifts as Wen Hui walks away, the figure shouting after him. Phew! Finally, some peace and quiet. Wen Hui, now alone, reflects. According to the records of this body, that woman is this child's stepmother. He continues. The primordial divine art of reincarnation only works on bodies that have just died or about to die. Even if this child was not her own son, I can't believe she beat him to the brink of death. He concludes, I thought my old life was pitiful, but this Tang Wui might match it. Anyways, this body is barley trained and in bad health. That's why he probably died. Wen Hui, contemplating his new situation, thinks, but this body has something young Wen Hui lacked. He focuses on his inner energy. A unique energy core, a lower energy core. He continues, if I can train lower core to learn martial art, on top of the martial art I learned in my previous life and power of my eyes to control the dead. He then dismisses the idea of revenge. No, not by necessity. His resolve strengthens, only then will I be able to protect my master. He reflects on his past. And take revenge and show the bastards who messed with the heavenly demon divine cult just who they messed with. The scene ends with a close-up of his determined face, surrounded by a mystical aura, as he clenches his fist.